This is a quick introduction to what it would look like. Here we have a fake person, a fake student. So when a student logs in, they will have this recommendation page. And here you'll notice that there are two skills suggested by your teacher. So if you look at that, I have given two skills for this student. You can also, if as a student, you can just dive right into math. If you click on this max section and go by topic. So as a student, you could decide to go there. Or if you click on the recommendations button, you could pick any grade. You're like, all right, well, let's just see what happens in 6th grade. And it'll give you some choices to begin going with. And as you get those activities, it'll record it for you. So for example, if I clicked into this percentage, the probability of an event. So you flip a coin, what's the probability of heads? And I write that as 1/2. And I got that right. You pick a card at random. What is the probability of 3? Well, there are 1 out of 8. So I will get that. Click. Correct. And let's say that I wanted to know what is the probability of something greater than 3. Now it's asking me to write that as a percentage. And I think that there is a, 25% chance. And I click submit. Oh, I got it wrong. And now it's going to explain to me the possibilities of all of those. And you'll notice that as a student, my score went down. I get like almost 10 points every time I get it right. Okay, so on this side, I have just gone and done some of my own recommendations. Or I can do the recommended skill by the teacher. So let's say that I clicked on one of the skills recommended by the teacher, and I'm going to multiply two fractions using a model. So as I click through, I now have answered no questions and use the product to find the model. 1/4 times 1/4, and visually, hopefully you see that that is 1/16, and I click submit. Okay, so this is what it looks like as a student as you're working through product problems. Here's what it looks like as the educator. So here's my view when I said these are the recommendations. So I recommended those. But I can also go into analytics. And if I go into analytics, there's a couple of things. First of all, I can see that there is a student right now using IXL. And if I click on live, I can actually see what that student is working on. So here you go, fake person is currently working on multiply those fractions. I can also get a quick view of students and student effort. So here you go. Here are the students. So fake person has done this amount of work, answered these kinds of questions. I can even drill into the work that that student has been doing and see the mistakes or correct answers that the student is getting. And I might notice, oh, there's a bunch of things happening here, and as a guide, I can provide some insight. So what I would be doing is assigning problems, and then reviewing the student work. The other really useful aspect of this, as we go back to from the student perspective, is they can do what's called a diagnostic. The way the diagnostic works is you step into the arena and it will present you a series of questions. And as you answer the questions, it will gather some information about things that you know. So for example, if I know that that is 3 cubed, that is 27. And hey, good, I've got it. So then it'll ask me another question and continuing to try to figure out what I understand and don't understand. So for example, if I write that as 11.4, which is not the correct answer, that's not it. But we'll try again later. And over time, it's starting to gather what kinds of insights I might have. And if we went back over here, by the way, in the live classroom, you'll now see that this fake person is in the diagnostic area, and they have answered 2 questions in the diagnostic area. So just a quick little insight of the kinds of things that students will be doing and the kind of insight that I would have as the guide. So if this is something that's of interest to you, then fill out the form.